Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's August 1st, 2019. Happy August. Summer's over, pretty much, right after the 4th of July. You got 8 weeks. Enjoy it. Do whatever you got to do in those 8 weeks. Anyway, that's our time. And time is, well, precious, shall we say, in a way. Yeah, because you'll never get that back. It'll always be gone. I don't know. This cosmic clock that's up there, these stars, these fake stars that are up there, that are your clock. That's our clock. And then throw in daylight savings time to throw us off completely. Because as a human species, we are the most powerful people out there. You don't understand this, okay? They're hiding all of this from us. I don't know what kind of powers we have. I have no idea. I mean, can we move objects? I don't know. I have no idea. But they're suppressing this. They don't want us to know this. Okay, this is what all of this is all about. Yeah, sure. It's about that we live on a flat plane here, motionless, covered in a dome. Okay, sure, absolutely. But it's also to suppress us. And they've come up with a lot of ways of doing it. Quite a few ways. And here I'm going to get into that with you. But this is all us flat earthers want, and nobody's been able to come up with it after all these years, is one shred of evidence that we live on what they say we live on, okay? Because we have come up with hundreds of experiments of no curvature, absolutely none. There's no way we can even detect movement. So that's a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. We're stationary. There are people that can't even get on a fucking boat, okay, without getting seasick. Okay, so there's no movement. Oh, you're born into it. You're this and that. No, unacceptable. No, the people who get seasick when they're on a boat cannot tolerate anything. They can't even tolerate being in a fucking car. I'm in the van. I have a patient in the van, and he can't even be put on his side. He's got to be pointed toward the windshield, else he'll get sick. But we're moving at 1,000 miles per hour. No, spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. And the clouds are defying the laws of fucking gravity. Okay? They're somehow or another going faster than the speed of sound. That's the only way they can be going faster than us. These delicate little fucking clouds. See, nobody looks at this. They don't see this. They don't think about it. It's all around you. It's all there. All of it. Look at these debates. Look at the candidates that are up there. I mean, they're so fake you can see right through them. Everything has become so politically correct nowadays that you can't say anything. I don't even know how musicians even play music. That's probably why the rap music has gotten so bad. Is it even called rap? Hip-hop? Whatever the fuck the name they've come up with it is. It's just so bad, you can't even understand what they're talking about. They just go rah with this big beat in the back. I hear people driving around with this so it must be a popular song. I don't know what the fuck it is. I could care less. All I know is indoctrinating them even further. While they're sitting in their car and doing that and not thinking about what they should be thinking about, and that's fucking flat earth. And how we're going to get the word out to people. All right? They're happy. They're happy being trained rats, obviously. They're happy just driving to work, getting on a train, sitting in a cubicle, sitting there with a fat, balding, middle-aged boss who's a dick. They're happy with it, but there's so much more. We have so much more potential. All of us. There's so much energy we don't know about. I've looked into it, that we have, that's right in front of us, that you can tap into. I mean, there's free energy everywhere. Telsa knew it. You know, I mean, he knew it. Con Ed, well, I don't know what it was called back then, but the electrical company said, hey, you know, where are the cables? Where is it plugged in? How are they paying for this? You know, so they had to first get us to pay for electricity, okay? Then they had to get us pay for water. You don't think you're paying for water? Every time you buy a bottle, you're paying for it. I do too. Hey, look, there's no way we can go out without it. You know, you need water. The temperatures here is 95, 100 degrees, 80% humidity. You're dying out there. I have to water my plants like twice a day, and that's not even enough. When I'm home all day, on a weekend, I gotta water them like almost 4 times a day. It's different. I have potted plants, and I'll show you my flat earth vegetable garden one of these days. It's really good. I've already picked a couple tomatoes. Anyway, but that's not my point. See, I broke my train of thought. Just look at the candidates. Look at them. Look at them in their black suits and their black ties. You know, authoritative figures. You know, just look at them, and you can see right through them. I mean, when you have the eyes of flat Earth, all of your old perspectives have just been thrown out the window. Everything that you've learned is gone. You know, when you're trying to debunk flat Earth and you're in the middle of doing this, and you can see that there is no debunking it. You know, I have people leaving pages and pages and pages of bullshit. It means nothing. It's all mathematical garbage that has been there to make things difficult for you. I met a pre-med student the other day. She's a nurse in one of the nursing homes. She's doing it just during the summertime, and it's a very interesting girl. And I was getting to talk to her. At this point, bringing up flat Earth to this person is a total waste of time. I could have, but these are people I work with. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was talking about it. She's going to go into dermatology. But I was talking about Alzheimer's with her, because she did I guess she did her thesis on it or something like that. And, you know, I was getting into it, and she was saying, you know, the brain is so complicated. They just don't know anything inside of it. I mean, there's stems of memory, of here. We can isolate the long-term memory and the short-term memory, but we don't know where anything else is connected. But you see, that's the thing. No one's bothered to explain anything to anybody in a simple term. They just make it more and more complicated. Because God forbid, if somebody comes out with a cure for something, they're going to be killed. So they want to keep it as complicated as fucking possible for us, so we don't even bother looking at it. You know? For me, the reason why I never went into that field is because it grosses me out taking apart animals and stuff like that. I couldn't do that. And back in the day, we used to do that. That's what we did in biology class. So what did I do? I flunked the class, went back to summer school, and took it on the computer and got an A in it. You know, so because I refused to take apart an animal. I didn't want to slice a frog or anything like that and look at its organs. That shit grossed me out. So for me, said fuck you to being getting a pre-med degree. You know, I couldn't deal with it. But anyway, that's just a little background on myself. I gross me out. I don't like that stuff. I don't even like needles. You know what I'm saying? So that pretty much did it for me in that field. You know, but the people that are going into it, you know, and they're confused and it's complicated, is because they've made it like that. Okay? And once you figure that out, then you'll understand how to make things simple so people can understand it. You know, the brain is probably not that difficult to figure out, but they've made it so difficult and made up all these names for something and made up all these cells and arteries and all this shit that it takes years and years to become a doctor. They say, well, that's what doctors do. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's fine. I'll buy that. But you don't need to. I mean, somebody's already figured out the cure for cancer. Not a cure 100%. And he wasn't even a doctor. You know? It's called radiotechnology. All right? It's been out now for 5 years. I'm not going to go in and give him any, you know, whatever. But he's down in the city. Do doctors give you an option? No, they don't. Because it's money. Money. It's a business. Doctors used to come to you back in the 40s, back before they figured out that the earth was flat. Now you make an appointment, you sit, you wait. They call you when they're ready, and they give you 30 seconds. That's all they do. And then they write off a prescription. But they're starting to crack down on that. I don't even know how I got into this. What the fuck? I didn't want to talk about doctors. I didn't want to talk about the candidates. I wanted to talk about flat earth. The entertainment, okay, business is all fake. And I've said it a million times. These actors don't know that the earth is flat. They're puppets, okay, just like everything else is, all right? They're getting a paycheck, they're living good, and they can't complain. You know, so why would they question anything? And that's why none of these actors, actresses, anybody, candidates, any government figure or anything like that will ever get into flat earth. It's got to hit the mainstream, all right? I know, I don't watch TV anymore. I can't stand it. At this point, I don't even, my radio station that I listen to has taken another avenue, and it's gotten so bad now, I can't even listen to that. Now it looks like it's just going to be complete silence for me. And maybe once in a while I'll put on some music. But that was another thing I want to get into, the music. The feelings that you have with music, you know, I mean, there's still songs out there. I forget the name of the band, but it still brings up this emotional feeling that nothing else ever does unless if it's real life. So don't you see a problem with that? You know, the song is I Promise You. I forget what the name of the band is. It's back in the 80s. You know, but that song, when I listen to it, stirs up all these feelings, you know, just like many other songs do. I can't think of them off the top of my head. That's the first thing that came to my head. So listen to that song. That was a big thing with me back in the day, you know, and you still feel it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they've tapped into, but they know what kind of power we have. All right, they know it. They know that we have this power, and that's why they have turned it into this evil, psychotic, satanic bullshit. I didn't want to make this video this long, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody, say hi. Happy August. I've had to, because of work, sacrifice a lot of invitations for things, and it really pisses me off. You know what I'm talking about? Especially one that's happening tomorrow that I really wanted to go to. But weekdays are like next to impossible, you know, for people like me who are working full-time, 14-hour days almost. You know, it's incredible. But we have to do this. We've got to. Money, I don't even think money actually really exists. I don't think it's, yeah, sure, you have money in your pocket, you go buy a soda. You know, yeah, okay, I get that. But I don't think it actually, it's like loaned money, it's borrowed money. You know, some other things I want to talk to you about. I'll get another video out. I'm in the vehicle today, so I'm not in the van. I can make a video. But it's just, it's based on, that's why I don't think it can ever really crash, you know, because they can do whatever they want. They just pump out and make out more money as much as they want. You know, yeah, maybe the inflation will just make prices skyrocket, but then they'll kind of even it out and keep the slavery system going. You know what I mean? I mean, they can milk this for a lot longer than you think. Believe me. It's not going to come crashing down tomorrow or you know, next year. You know, they can milk this because they're doing a very good job of milking it and giving us little tidbits, you know, because everything is in everything that you see, then it's into entertainment that lead to flat earth. Everything. They've already told us. NASA has already told us that the earth is flat, that they're faking everything. Just by putting these ridiculous CGI pictures out there alone. Happy 50th Woodstock anniversary, which was another distraction, because it was right during the 50th anniversary, you know, moon landing, which we never went to. They landed on something. I'm not sure where they landed, though. I'm thinking Arizona. Could have been another, no, back then another country would have been more difficult. Had to have been in our country somewhere. Or a Hollywood studio, I don't know. Chances are Hollywood studio. Hangar 18. Maybe that's where Area 51 came from. I don't know. Who knows, man? All right. Look, I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos, and let me be a part of your life.